Yeah. I mean, Manx might be having a pained face in a moment because it looks like the Copenhagen Flames, they are looking to heading towards his B site. Not often you see it on Vertigo, but it's certainly looking likely. He has now got some support rotating over. Bird from Sky is going to be heading in his direction, but Roy and Yabi, two very quick kills, do open up that B site. Dafu found one, but still a man down. Bomb about to be planted. Did he just nade himself? I think he did.
Whoops.
I mean, he's not dead. Hardly took any damage, but...
Yeah, sometimes it's no pain, no gain, is it?
Yeah.
I'll be gaining around here, which I'd say is pretty good. All things considered. Knocking the Lyngby Vikings for 6 here. Actually, I think it's more of just a comfortable 4. They've still got 3 players alive, and probably because of that, will have the facility to buy in the next round, irrespective of the loss. I mean that Hoopsy's not going to be at least a tiniest bit interested in hunting, but not any further than the middle of the map. I think that's a good decision as well. Just falls back to his team, making sure that they can survive the round, keeping hold of all the weapons. Feeling good about life. 4-0 start for the Copenhagen Flames. I think you'll take that. And I think the Lyngby Vikings are going to have to consider here what their financial approach is going to be. I'm pretty sure there should be enough money to drop out weapons to the 2 players who did not survive. They are going to. So everything looks okay. We're right in for a second gun round, bro. And I like the sound of this one. More gun rounds, please. Not just banging heads with deagles.
Just every round, just have everybody at like $8,000. Just remove economy.
That's people's ideal for Counter-Strike, though, isn't it? Like, purists think, yeah, let's just have gun rounds every round.
Yeah. I don't know. It's nice to
like
have the sort of variety. It's good. But what else is good is the aggression from Manx over towards the B stairs. I've been able to find a bit of control and just a bit of an early warning system for his team, if nothing else. But, well, the early warning system blares. Unfortunately, it can't find any sort of clap back because 2 very quick kills from the Flames make it a 3rd as Yensi's caught trying to escape. It's all falling apart before you even know it, Lyngby. And it's all up to Bird from Sky, who's receiving nades. He's down to 40 HP. Him and Dafu. You just save again in this situation. 2v5. Yeah, you've got Roy and Yabi low on HP, but apart from that, what really do you have to try and accomplish in this?
I really think you do just save here, actually. The only thing that you're really relying on is a big multi-frag here from Dafu or Bird from Sky, which is now looking like that responsibility is about to fall on to Bird from Sky a lot more, considering as Dafu's a bit far removed from this one, shall we say. Looking to try and get a little bit feisty for it, but he's still over towards the B site, and I think with that little bit of a retreat, know what's going on here now. I think Copenhagen Flames don't know what's going on, actually. They seem to have...
20 seconds.
They seem to have pulled out of the A site a little bit when they had it completely open for themselves. And I think that frag might just be the stabilizing agent they needed, because for a moment there, it looked like that one could go quite badly wrong.
Yes, they've mixed in their eggs to the batter. It's all peeled together.
No
longer just a mess. Yeah.
But it also
it's a solid compound. Yeah, they've got it done. They've got themselves a 5th, and if you remember back to the start of Overpass, it was Lyngby Vikings who had to fight back quite a long way. What was it, 11-4 the first half? So, yeah, I mean, they put up a pretty good game, all things considered. 16-13, and ended in the Copenhagen Flames' favour. But that second half, they found 9 rounds out of the, that's my head, out of the 14 that were played. So, I mean, not bad. Pretty good in terms of recovery, but just not quite enough for the game. And it's looking like they might have to do something similar here. 5-0, the Lyngby Vikings have managed another rebuy as the loss bonus reaches its max. Yensi, though, he's left with glass cannon AWP, and that's not really what you want. You'd rather have the arm with that one. With the AWP, it's not the end of the world. You can still find damage, obviously getting those one-shots through, the one shot to the body, and the opponent is dead as long as you're not shooting them through another object, but there's certainly potential.
Oh yeah, there's big potential. And as it goes, that's okay. Siphon doesn't even give Manx time to react, but Dafu is once again in position, immediately traded away. So 3 versus 3. Post plant, generally, when you've been an even footing, the team that gets the bomb down is going to be in a little bit of a better chance because you have basically a 4th man called the Clock, and he is ticking down constantly, waveringly. Time's arrow marches forward. Nico. Smoke dropped nicely in time. The Molotov doesn't extinguish him and move him from this position. Instead, he's able to get a collateral and now looks for the 3rd, beautifully cleaned up. Oh, good lord, Nico is on fire and has been so far in overpass. Now looking to try and transition that through in towards Vertigo. The flame is not out. It's burning bright. In fact, brighter than ever, as it lights its way through too, and then buries itself in the 3rd for a 6th round for the Flames.
Yeah, looking super sick so far on this T side. If you find a few more here, if you get yourself up to 9 on the board, that's probably all you need. That's probably you just gonna rocket yourself to the 16th in that second half. So, when Lyngby Vikings taking a timeout, you can see why. Much needed pause for them to deliberate, discuss, and decide what course of action to take here, because you're probably going to be finding 7-0 before you get the guns out here. I mean, you've got, what, 2.5k per player right now. They've bought up a few deagles already, spent a little bit of cash on a few of these plays, but it wouldn't have been enough for a full buy. So yeah, they go for some upgraded pistols. I'm surprised we're not seeing more of the 5.7s.
I'm a big 5.7 fan.
I've been converted recently to 5.7 love.
Welcome to the church.
Yeah, we do have preaches on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays.
I thought it would just be on Fridays and Sundays, considering as they're the 5th and 7th days of the week.
No, well, that was a good one. But I've committed to the Tuesdays as well.
Oh, okay. We have to offer an extra ceremony just in case people have all the commitments.
There's not much attendance to those ones, but there's a few people who turn up who can't attend during the weekends. We're out of town.
Oh, I like
tournaments.
It. For me, 5.7 CZ. I think the CZ, with the number of nerfs it's had, and didn't quite have the same stopping power or role that it used to. I mean, it used to be called the Pocket AK, and I think that's testament to just how good it used to be. I think the 5.7 now offers better mobility, better accuracy, obviously has way more bullets. I think there's a lot more you can get done with it. You have the ability to spam through smokes with it too. I just think it offers more than the old CZ75. Not ready to completely roll out the CZ yet, but I still think 5.7 is better. Apparently the Deagle also works too in that kind of situation, as it finds 2. Roy back in with 2 more. That's a nice rebuttal from him. Now, I feel that the Copenhagen Flames might just try and stall this one out for a second, just so they don't do too much with it. But like you mentioned, time is of the essence. That doesn't matter to Yabi. Bomb getting planted now. Yensi's on his way in, but I'm afraid with the P250 and nothing more, might be a little bit hard pressed to find anything out of this one. Maybe one frag, maybe getting away with a weapon, anything like that would be good. But Roy denies him. It's a 7th for Copenhagen Flames. They're on a roll, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
A little bit of damage found there, though. I mean, Manx, couple kills with a Deagle, did put them under a bit of pressure in that one, but Roy just spinning around as over by the ramp, finding sort of 180s, finding kills, exactly what he needed to do, and yeah, it does bail them out of a difficult situation there. Now we have the guns out. Yensi up once again. Hasn't found all too much with that weapon so far. I mean, none of the Lyngby Vikings have found much with any weapons so far, so it's hard to really just sort of pin it on one single player right now, but yeah, there's no, like, there's not that sort of step up from an individual like we had a Mirage with Dafu just going absolutely mental, just sort of blitzkrieging the opposition time and time again, but this time it's much more sedated and
Uai, meu filho, você
we
não
need
viu
to find
essa...
some of that sort of flair, that
Essa vindo nos
pizzazz,
seus
if they
pés,
want
não?
to try and pull this one back, because 7-0 down is not where you want to be, but this might be something to open things up. Roy is tracing a line of where the enemies were, eventually finally gets the kill. A couple did come through in return, but it's still Copenhagen Flames who have the advantage. The aggressive push down ramp not really working out how the Vikings wanted, and Nico, he spots out the last man after finding one for himself, leaves his teammates in a 2-on-1. Dafu, we saw him clutch out so many times in the first map, a little bit in the second as well. Now more sedated, 6-5. Can he make it 8-5? And he finally put one on the board for the Vikings and on Vertigo, because right now things are looking bleak. It's a double stack towards Ivy in this post plant. He's going to drop a smoke towards a ramp. That's not where the enemies are, though. And as he peeks over the box, there's two players ready and waiting. They aren't going to miss, so it's 8 on the board. It's brutal, George.
It is brutal. This is, it's not looking good, is it, shall we say? I fear very strongly for the Lyngby Vikings here, considering as there is 8 rounds played, that's already the half victory secured. There's no way that they can go into the second half at a deficit now for Copenhagen Flames. They also, B, have control of the economy as well here. They have plenty of cash in residual for Roy, for Hooksy. A little bit starting to stack up now onto Niku and to Zyphon as well. Just Yabby without the most, but it's okay. There's still plenty of cash to throw about. Meanwhile, on the other side, you've just seen them have to take a bit of a lesser buy. And now the same true here again. It looks like the half buy coming in this time, which is what we'd have preferred to have seen on Overpass at that moment in time. But finally getting a bit of a control and taking a timeout as well, just to discuss it, just to kind of get a handle on what's going on. Put the brakes a little bit, just calm down, take stock, reevaluate, come back with a new approach. Looks to be what the tension at least is here as they try and go for some mid-aggression. We haven't seen too much of that out of the CTs just yet. Yappy, however, is not really caring about that reapplied aggression. It's just going to be 2 frags over at B, which provides an opening now for the Copenhagen Flames side to look to exploit. Making that a third now for Zyphon. Leaves it in a 2-on-4. 2 Deagles is all that remains for the Lyngby Vikings, and this one is looking increasingly likely that it's about to be 9-0.
Tô entendendo tudo que você tá falando, viu, narrador? Tô entendendo tudo,
I hope Lyngby can find something in this game, in this final map, because this would be such a disappointing way to end the series. If you have those 2 super exciting maps of Mirage and Overpass, 16-13s on both of them looking like we could have found some overtime, but if it ends on here on Vertigo with Copenhagen Flames just stomping it, yeah, it's going to be a great performance from the Flames and it'll be fully deserved, but it feels like it could have been more. It could have been an exciting game. It could have been.
Nossa, mano.
Okay.
O cara errou o tiro ali, acertou o próprio colega.
Copenhagen Flames there, but Roy decides he wants to end Zyphon's life. He should be able to clean this up nonetheless. It's just a 2 Deagle, but Morale's making a little bit more damage. That's a bit more costly round than they would have hoped for. But, I mean, that doesn't really matter when Hooksy and Roy are basically knocking on the door of $16,000.
Yeah, plenty of money, I'd say, going about. Yeah, they look all right, you know. There should be big chilling on that much money. Also, it helps that Nico is staying alive every now and again as well. Keeping that AWP in circulation is going to mean that there's less hefty reinvestments to find. And, well, he's already starting to stack up that money too. And also, the thing you've got to imagine for the CT side here is that they're not getting the additional injection that comes from bomb plants.
Yeah.
There's more than one way for Copenhagen Flames to stimulate their economy. Meanwhile, for Lyngby Vikings, it's got to be go buy or just start winning. Time being, not really working out on either of those fronts. We'll see if they can do something here, though, with the full buy in. Immediately, Zyphon has actually got the drop on a big flank, and he's found Manx. That opens up the B site, cracks it wide open, in fact, and leaves everybody over
Look at Hooksy! How is Hooksy here?
There's just no mid-pressure. There's just no mid-pressure, Dan. They're just not giving any mid-pressure. We saw it in the previous few rounds ago when they went for that eco play after the timeout. Lyngby Vikings barreled their way up middle. Since then, they haven't given a damn about it, and it's just given so much room for Zyphon to find that flank, for Hooksy to find that one, and now for Roy just to clean them up. They've forced them. They've shepherded them in. They're like sheepdogs just starting to border collie their way up into the right field, and that field's got a very, very hungry wolf in it, and his name is Roy. Oh, it's just so good here from Copenhagen Flames. They're just finding advantages all across the map. Okay, maybe not. What?
No, okay, there's players nearby.
For a minute there, I thought we were going to have like a snacks on fade moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're covering the smoke.
Oh my god.
Vai conseguir matar, velho.
Huge. I don't care.
A little bit of
Será que vai ser
carnage.
16-0, velho?
I mean, it looked interesting because when I first looked, it was the closest players were towards like sort of mid boost, but they very quickly rotated over and sort of eliminated most of the threat from that. So it wasn't as dangerous as it seemed at first glance, but still, caused a little bit of carnage, taking a player or two down. It's nice, but it's still no rounds, and this is going to go for a mid push. Typha just holding mouse one, almost the ace. Runs out of ammo in that magazine. It leaves Manx 1 versus 4, and Gabby will finish him off. Nice
Eu acho que vai
finisher.
ser 16-0, hein?
Puts Copenhagen Flames to 11, and well, this is disastrous. This is just a complete landslide.
The whitewash.
Yeah.
Truly bombing. It's the speedrun vertigo at any percent currently from Copenhagen Flames. They are taking no prisoners so far, an 11-0 start. They're only going to be 1 round shy of eclipsing what they were able to achieve on Overpass's first half, but we all know how that one ended up. A very close affair in the end. Good to see that Dafu is now recognizing, or at least his in-game leader is recognizing, that they need to at least have some reinforcements towards middle, whether that be just informational. Because there has been so many exploits found by Copenhagen Flames, and they have an inclination that Manx is there. Manx is still able to get a frag out of that one, which I find alarming. Even still, the trade is in from Nico on towards Rowls. Flicks the scope as he dodges back down Ivy and just lives to fight another day. Is a strange start to the round, I've got to say. Both teams really not trying to give anything away, but yet still going for the occasional push. Frag nearly being found. Nico's got to get away from the HE grenade that is used. But 4 on 4, and neither team is showing any signs of committing to anything just yet.
I don't know. It's a difficult situation for Lyngby. You almost feel like you should go for something aggressive here
Tá acabando
to try and get that advantage back, but with the time so low, you don't need to. If you do that, you sort of give up map control if it goes wrong, and give a real advantage for Copenhagen Flames to get a quick bomb plant as they now start to create a bit of space towards the B site, or hope to at least. The main hit's coming in towards A as Roy can't find the shots. It's Zyphon looking to try and find something, but with 13 seconds on the clock, there's just nothing you can do really. I don't think he has time to get the bomb planted. Sure it doesn't.
Dá tempo mais não.
That kill from Zyphon, yeah, the time is gone. It's the round over. And Zyphon does fall.
Aí. Vamos ter
He's just trying to
16-1
chase him
então.
down, try and take away any guns he possibly can. But that's not going to work out on Copenhagen Flames. They just lose their first round in this final map to time. They just let the clock run dry. That's why you sort of don't go for those aggressive pushes late round as CT side.
They just wait it out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that you can say. Lyngby Vikings just wait for the T's to come to them, and in that particular time, it didn't. It didn't come to them at all. And then when they tried to, it was a little too late. Now Riles is going to look to try and rile up the side. He has an opportunity to swing out, but with the smoke in his face, can't really see too much, and therefore it doesn't feel like a great opportunity. That's some good damage inflicted by utility now onto the Copenhagen Flames side. Vikings just pressing them back even further. Roy thinks he has a chance to exploit something towards Ivy. Just poking around the elbow for the time being, but nothing really approaching. No Orpa wanting to take a fight. Instead, he is towards middle, I believe. Also now some further pressure coming, as Dafu, I think, has dropped down low. So there's plenty of proactive plays being made by Lyngby Vikings where they know they have space to work with. Meanwhile, Copenhagen Flames are stagnating a bit here on their approach to the A site, but it's all about to come to a head as Nico finds the first shot.
That's a great opening to find. His teammates hoping to find damage from the site, but nothing found. Dafu has been caught on rotations as well. I'm not sure if he was heard, but very quickly blinking, you miss it. It's Copenhagen Flames responding to a 12, just dropping a single man in. That is almost worst case scenario for the Vikings. Now, you got a couple players of a bit of cash, but then you got Manx, Yensi, Dafu all around that 3K mark who are just going to have to go for maybe SMGs or pistols.
I will say, I thought the setup for that round was quite good there for Lyngby Vikings. Like, there was a lot of things to complement. There was a lot that could have gone right. I think a lot of it all just comes to the point of that shot isn't found by Nico off the start onto Yensi. I think that round looks very, very different. But as it is, further aggression now being applied by Lyngby. They know that a player has gone aggressively through the Molotov, and they'll now know there's a second nearby. Manx is there. He's not burning as of yet. And now Nico finds that shot. It will instigate somebody enabled to swing. It enables that opportunity, but Manx has got away. So things get picked apart every couple of seconds. Lyngby Vikings to create something out of nothing here. Decision's going to be a little bit harder to make. 2 versus 4. Zyphon already siphoning all of the energy. Vikings as he circumvents them in the B site. He's soon about to be behind them. The rest of his team are over at 8. Flames bruising, I feel, Dan. They're not really putting too much into these rounds. They're just forces. Fight comes to nothing, but thankfully Roy is in position to take Yensi. Dafu to save the AK on only a meager 9 HP. I don't think he's going to be long for this world. I'm right. Roy takes him down. And this has been such a good half for Copenhagen Flames. They look comfortable. So comfortable.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you don't even have to watch the game to know that. It's 13-1. You can just look at the scoreboard and realize, okay, well, oh, Jesus. Spewing pistols.
It's like that card trick, isn't it, where you like bring the cards out of your mouth?
Yeah.
Like, just bring it, giggles out of your mouth.
Just spewing pistols all over the floor. Why not last round? That was going to make much difference if a Lyngby Vikings player gets his hands on one of them. What do you say, 14-1 or is it 13-2? I mean, 2 SMGs, a couple FAMASs. I'm going with a 14-1.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there. I'm not trying to play devil's advocate on this one because I think I'd lose my money if I was a betting man. Copenhagen Flames just look a level above on this T side. Leaves them with considerably less work to do on their CT side where they may not be as strong. I mean, you've got themselves this close already. I don't see many ways in which you can fumble this kind of lead, but if they do, I think this might be one of the most spectacular fumbles / comebacks in Counter-Strike history. 14-1 down, so hard to screw that up.
Would be a royal fumble.
Yeah, fumbling the bag, well and truly.
There was an opportunity there. Quite fine rolls to find an equalising frag here. Really trying though. Really wants to find the kill. Can't quite, as the smoke now blocks his vision. He's just going to have to sort of accept the fact that, okay, Lyngby Vikings, they'll keep me away from that avenue in towards the site, but now as the smoke fades, look at Ralls, he's going so deep. Is Nico going to expect that? Oh, it doesn't matter if he does. Himself up as well. Oh, that is horrible. And now it's Manx and Dafu, MP9, to try and salvage a second round in this first half. Oh, dearie me. It all comes crumbling down. Just Manx remains. Gets one second. But Nico Doss is just a step too far. 14-1 the first half. And not what I expected after those first 2 maps.
No, actually quite the opposite, isn't it? This is a huge blowout. Humongous blowout.
A Chungus.
Big Chungus blowout.
Yeah.
You
Obviously
remember
the
that?
biggest of Chunguses.
You remember that? I just remember humongous. I don't know if you remember.
Humongous. Just like the meme name.
Yeah, well, there was that guy who went into like he was in a building, and this woman was like thinking he was intimidating whatever. She was like, "Tell me your name. What's your name?" And he was like, humongous. And then she like got security on him and everything, told them that he was assaulting her and all sorts. And it was like this big deal, and he was just some sort of guy making a dad joke. I thought it was funny. Humongous.
Yes. Careful what you say nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm going around telling people you're humongous. People don't like that. It's looking in towards this A site. The Lyngby Vikings on the pistol. I'm going to get the bomb planted, but a 5v5. Copenhagen Flames, they don't have a kit. It's just a 5 sets of armor. It's just going to have to be fragging out and fragging quickly here as he tries to find a boost over the smoke instead. Rals, as it fades, will get taken down. Nico gets one as well, but Yensi, he's hoping to hold the line. He's finding 3 kills, but he's now left alone, making a 4th. Could he ace the pistol for the Lyngby Vikings? Could this be exactly what they need? He's only 6 HP on Roy. Just 1 bullet is required. Stop aiming at the head. No! Just hit the bullet. Oh no! It's all falling apart. Is there a feud coming through? I think they just have enough time.
Oh!
GG, fi.
Hit the
GG, GG, GG.
Take your time, man.
Cê é
He
louco,
was trying to hit the
mano.
head, didn't
Esse
know
cara
he
joga
was
demais,
low.
doido.
Oh,
Just a bullet to the body would have been enough.
Just a stray bullet, but
Yeah.
movement accuracy did not want to play ball today. Oh, and that HE grenade is brutal as well. This might be it, damn Copenhagen Flames. All the balls are in their court, and they're ready to lob them back across the other side. Yabby already has inflicted that big damage with the HE I was talking about. The Molotov wading the TUs from making any further progress towards B. This looks like it's going to be a bit of an opportunity now for Roy to clean up, considering as the T side has now reevaluated their priorities over towards A. Making some early aggression, smokes out towards this area. They're just trying to disguise Roy for as long as they can. They know that he's in a good spot to do a lot of damage here.
A skill from Zyphon. But Yensi really does not want to get 16-1'd. He's trying his damnedest. And Dafu's there to assist,
Poxa,
leaving it all up to Yabby.
Eu
So,
Costa ainda morreu,
okay,
cara.
might go another round longer. Thanks to Yensi once again. But Yabby,
Sai daí, diabo.
and you
Sai
think he's
daí,
just going to stick around and
diabo.
hope that he can find a little bit of damage extra. I mean, obviously, all of these players on the Lyngby Vikings side tagged up.
Guarda essa arma de atirar prega aí, meu filho.
And just one thing as well, I just noticed. Up until, well, in that entire first half, Hooksy only died once.
Really? I did not even know.
Yeah, I mean, he's now died a total of 3 times.
Deixa o like aí, galera.
But,
Deixa o like aí, quem estiver assistindo aí, mano. Quem estiver assistindo, deixa o like aí, porque
Yeah,
tô
there you go.
transmitindo aqui no
Yabby's
YouTube,
dead, sorry.
porque muita gente não tem como assistir
Oh,
na
Manx.
Twitch. Então, por isso que eu tô transmitindo aqui. Vocês
That's
deixando
the
um
wrong
like
name,
aí, vai
but,
dar uma força enorme aí pra nós.
Body's now plummeting down towards a different street corner.
That's going to be a shock for the citizens on the street corner, isn't it?
Yeah. Shame it wasn't Bird from Sky who fell.
Yeah, because then he'd be bird on land.
Yeah, Bird on ground floor.
He's going to have to take flight and get back up to the top again. Oh, I like why is it bird from sky? Why not bird from water? He could be a seagull. What bird
Yeah.
is it?
I don't know. Majestic Robin? I don't know.
I got to know.
Well, not only looking to find frags and keep Lyngby in this one. Now gets a bit of assistance from his teammates. It's only Roy left, and okay, that's the bomb down. That's an AK recovered. That's Roy with a chance to make this a little bit more interesting, or at least make this costly, as he's looking for shots. 3 players approaching him. It's Dafu's AK that will take it down, though. So a third on the board. But are we really going to entertain the possibility here that Lyngby Vikings find 14 in a row to come back this game?
No.
Are we really going to entertain this?
No,
or is this just in a few rounds we'll be saying, well, that's the game, 16-6?
Not doing it.
But you never know. Maybe.
I'm pretty sure I do. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. I'm not entertaining these thoughts.
No. They are despicable thoughts.
Can't have those in your brain. Not today. Not likely. All in all, though, I will say that on the whole, this has been really well played by Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah.
They've shown a lot of good signs over the course of this best of 3. Whilst the first map was, well, seemingly
Galera,
the
não esquece
result
de
of
se
the last
inscrever
two,
no
an
canal aí e
anomalous
deixar a
result.
notificação ativada aí. Todo o
It
time
looked pretty
brasileiro
good,
que for jogar
I've
aí.
got to say. The maps which require a
Porque
little bit
tem
more
a
tactical
jogador
depth, they
brasileiro aí que
seem
a
to
gente
have
conhece, eu vou
a
estar
bit of a
transmitindo
deeper
aqui no YouTube,
playbook.
beleza?
And all things considered, I would say that Copenhagen Flames have actually got a really good roster on their hands now with the few changes that they've made. Lyngby Vikings, on the other hand, still have a little bit of work to do on some maps, but they could be so close. They could have won this best of 3 in 2 maps. Just a few rounds between it, but both ways could be set for Copenhagen Flames as well.
Yeah, of course. And obviously it was Copenhagen Flames who had a monumental advantage on the second map initially, 11-4. That Lyngby did sort of force back into a close 16-13 affair, but did just fall short. But that first map, Mirage, that was always a back and forth affair. It was never one team who was really streaking out in front, which obviously that means that Copenhagen Flames on all 3 of these maps have just been phenomenal. They've been just at such a high level. It's great to see. But obviously this is just one best of 3. I'd like to see what they can continue doing forward, obviously with some younger talent in there now in the form of Zyphon and Yabby. I mean, Yabby's been around on the Copenhagen Flames lineup for a little while now, but yeah, Zyphon being shipped into that lineup is always an exciting prospect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With the way the roster's also looking to try to build, they've already got a great basis. Obviously, it's new. We've mentioned that before. And to have the fundamentals and the base down, the foundations being strong, it allows you to build a very strong and comfortable roster. I mean, we saw it with Mad Lions just last year when the COVID online era started, where they really had a good, nice showing. But this might be the last showing that we get here out of the Lyngby Vikings as they are being mopped up onside the site. Actually, I'd tell a lie. They're mopping up the Copenhagen Flames. The HE grenade once again was good from Yabby, but it failed to clean up any players. Whilst there are fire and flames all over the site, the Copenhagen Flames have to extinguish them in order to try and keep themselves in a position that might be considered viable. Hooksy and Roy both forced to back away completely with all the utility expended. That's that. 5-15 by the looks of things now for Lyngby Vikings. Copenhagen Flames remaining 2 players just want to get away.
So it's a 5th on the board. Okay, fair enough.
Don't get too ahead of yourself, Dan.
No. I'm just saying it's making the scoreline a little more respectable.
Yeah, won't look so bad on HLTV later when the angry bettors come and get a bit angry at the Lyngby Vikings side.
Roy can keep this M4 alive. It'd be nice.
Would be ideal.
Yeah.
Garoto
Actually, even upgrade to an AK-47, which is even more ideal. Which is not a thing you can do. It's not a thing
ideal.
You can do. Yeah. Ideal is an absolute. You can't have anything more ideal.
The most ideal outcome. Super abs. Super ideal.
Yeah. English language is hard sometimes.
Giga ideal.
Yeah.
See, I always fail to understand, like, is super, giga, which is better? Like, you know, in Pokemon,
It depends how you say it.
When you had, like, Mega Drain, and then there was Giga Drain, and it was like, whoa, that's some big grass-type moves right there. That's what I was on for.
What?
You know, play Pokemon.
Drain?
Giga Drain. That was a move. It was a grass-type move.
Oh, no, I mean, I never really played Pokemon all too much, to be honest.
Basically, it was the big sock, and it took some HP away and gave you some HP back. You draining. The big sock.
Of course. A big old suck, and I mean, sure all the Pokemon fans are happy with that one. As I think Boff has just fallen off his chair or something there. Jesus.
That's water bottles that I've just emptied. Apologies.
Sounded like you fell off your chair.
Having a moment.
Yeah. I mean,
Geriatric moment.
This round's actually a little bit interesting. I mean, Copenhagen Flames have found a couple kills with these pistols. Well, Roy, especially with the rifle, they haven't found anybody with the pistols, but yeah, it is getting cleaned up by the Lyngby side, so nothing to worry about on that front. But I remember when I got like when I got a chair a few years back, a new one, and I was like, yo, it like reclines all the way back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was on a voice call with a friend, went into recline mode, fell off the back of the chair. Headset pulled out halfway through. It was just a whole catastrophe.
We've all been there, Dan.
Yeah.
Nobody blames you.
I mean, I didn't say I blame myself, but thank you. I was just excited, just a young boy, excited to have a reclining chair.
Well, mine reclines all the way. I can't say I'm often falling on the back of it because I don't think it's all that comfortable to go all the way back. It's just a flex, isn't it? Can you do this?
I mean, I have a very nice, comfy, just sort of like an office fabric one now. It's very nice. It doesn't recline all the way back, but it reclines a fair bit, and that's a nice opening from Bird from Sky. He'll be reclining back for much of this round now because with 12 HP, an opening kill found is giving the Lyngby Vikings that advantage they need as they look to find a 7th and keep those alive in this game a little bit longer.
Just that little bit longer.
A little bit. I'm still not believing yet.
No, not quite yet. Maybe there'll come a time we can not stop believing. But for the time being, that looks like it's going to be a bit of a far cry. In comes 2 frags from Zyphon. Gabby there for another.
Moleque, os caras jogam demais, velho.
Frags on the B site, leaving just Dafu in middle to try and close this one out. I fear that a 1 versus 3, whilst he has done them already in this best of 3, maybe a little too far of a stretch for him this time around. Dafu looking to elevate. There's an AWPer that's about to swing in behind any moment. Nico takes the shot, but Dafu calling it anyway. 16-6. Copenhagen Flames go 2-1 in the best of 3 and dominate Vertigo to close out the series. So a great start, really, to Group B for Copenhagen Flames. They win the first of their 2 Danish derbies. That's a good way to go about it.
Deixar o like aí, se inscrever e ativar as notificações.